So I got this little guy, the Big Muff Pi. Got it in a barter as a trade for a pedal I don't use anymore. It came up as a possible trade. I thought, why not? Let's have a go. And obviously, I immediately had to test the tones that we have come to know this pedal for. Well, I'm not sure I'm gonna use the pedal with the tones set like this, with that much distortion. So I think I'll try to incorporate it in my toolbox of pedals, and maybe use it more to add a certain character to the tone that I normally use with my band and the songs that I play. I'm using my Blues Junior and my Princeton Reverb amp today. If I would be true to Gilmour and the gear he uses, I'm far off. Because I think these amps are commonly used by many players, and low wattage amps, handy to bring to small gigs. Mine are head versions. I've converted the Blues Junior into a head cabinet, and it has a Fender Deluxe speaker cabinet with a 12-inch Cannabis Rex from Eminence. The Princeton has, that is a clone of a Princeton Reverb. It's a Princeton Blackface 64. So I think without further ado, I'd like to test it, how I can incorporate this pedal in with my tones, the things that I usually go for in my band and the songs that I play. So I'll plug it in and I'll see you there. Let's start with the Big Muff with the drive all the way down. I like to set it as similar to the amp zone unity gain, if you like, as possible. Already with the gain set all the way down, there is something happening here. Let's see. It's really not possible to get it to be clean. That's interesting. Let's see if it cleans up if I turn down the volume on the guitar. have to go very far down here before it even seems to be clean. So okay, well, so the drive thing is turned all the way down. It's really called sustain, and I had to add a bit of tone, because if I turn down the tone, it goes into woman tone area.
Described as woman tone.
Yeah, let me turn this thing off.
Can you tell us what that is?
The woman tone is produced by using either the bass pickup or the lead pickup, but with all the bass off. And in fact, if you use both pickups, you should take all the bass off on the tone control. That is to turn it down to 1 or O, you know, on the tone control, and then turn the volume full up, you know. And it's supposed to sound like this.
Once I hit this, yeah, I'll add a bit of tone then and see what happens. It's interesting that it's that much gain when it's turned down. Let's add a bit of gain to see. There's really a lot of gain on that pedal. It's just barely turned to 9 o'clock, and well, let's just turn it clockwise and see what happens. Okay, so it's called sustain, but it also adds volume. So you can really play with the volume knobs here to get it to clean a bit more up. It doesn't clean up, but it gets in a more less distorted area. But it's really muffled, and when I turn out the volume, it gets the treble comes back. Yeah, I can see that it will work very well for if you want sustaining notes and play solos with that kind of tone. It's cool. I'd like to see how it handles to be gain stacked with one of my other overdrives, and I'll start with the sustain on the Big Muff all the way down. So we are here. Let's see what happens if I turn on the Sweet Honey Overdrive. You can need more tone on the phone. let's hear the Sweet Honey Overdrive without the Big Muff. It's yeah, that's the kind of tone I immediately feel is in my territory. It's adding the Big Muff again. Definitely add sustain and some other stuff to the mix. Hear what it sounds like without Sweet Honey now. It's so what I did now, I turned down the volume and added the sustain, so it's let's try that even more. Let me try to dial in a tone that I really can use. I think I have to go with this gain setting or sustain, as it's called, very low. Let's hear the clean tone again just to get back, get the reference. Okay, so that's my starting point. I can like this. It's just like it's breaking up in a way that I like. So what if we try it out of context, and with that I mean play something that you normally wouldn't hear this pedal in. Let me play something Robben Ford'ish and introduce the pedal to the mix. And I'll just start with one of his songs, and let's go from there. You know what? I think I have a new favorite. I can dig what it does. It adds something edgy and I think also a bit more sustain. So I can dig this. It will stay on my board. So at least for a while. Well, you know, never know. Well, okay, that's the Big Muff and how I will use it. So bye for now.